Hello. Hey, Crackles. Hey, Cringy. Hi, Margot. You still here? Or did you abandon us? Hey, Margot. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for your kind words. Hey, Bucky. Did you finish dinner? Is it on the table? It's good to see you too, Margot. I gave all the dogs, hi, Feline. They have those little Kong things. And hi, Lucille. I'm so glad to see you. So I put peanut butter in them and I put little treats and then I freeze it and it keeps them occupied for quite some time. Thanks, Feline. It's not on the table yet? You having chips and dip? I love chips and dip. Oh, thanks, Bucky. It's been a wild ride. A very wild ride for sure. I don't know who else. I announced it a little late. I was thinking about it yesterday, and then I just, hey, Cringy. Hi, Jeannie's Beanies. Yeah, quite a ride, Bucky. You can say that again. Just when you think it's safe to go back in the water, the shark comes. That's pretty much, hi, Kevin. Okay. What the hell? Did you change your, did you just change your screen name again? Oh, I'm Southern Cal Cat Chat. I totally didn't see you there. Hello. Hey, Alice. Sup? What's up? I'm in my flannel pajamas because it is freezing here. It's 30 degrees outside and it was really windy today. So yeah, so anyway, the Kongs have peanut butter and treats and they each get one. And oh, thanks, Cringy. It's getting harder and harder, you know? Yeah, it's really cold. We went from 70 degrees to like freeze morning. No lie. Last weekend, it was like 70 degrees. So did you see all the snow they got up near Buffalo? They got 7 feet of snow. Can you even imagine? I mean, even with Big Red, I wouldn't be able to go through 7. I mean, what do you do with all that snow? They got killed. Well, don't say that word, but buried. They got buried. Bucky, Cringy, we have to discuss your derriere. I mean, just kind of discuss it because I don't know what kind of squat routine you're doing, but you got to let me know what it is because those glutes are high and tight. Hi, Nancy Thomas. The snow. Wow. Yeah. Oh no, Fundy. I don't hate you scumbags. Not at all. You're not scumbags. Thanks for coming, Fundy. I know it's lots of heavy squats to get those glutes. I know it. I know. You're a mess. You got close to 2 feet of snow. Yeah. Well, they said it was because of the lake effect that they got buried. I mean, like, what do you do? That's when you're really snowed in, when you get 7 feet of snow like in 2 days. Well, in Buffalo, they're prepared for it. The thing is, in Buffalo, it gets really windy, and at the State University at Buffalo, they have wind tunnels so that students can get to class because it gets so damn windy there. So, yeah, it gets cold and really, really windy. Oh, thanks, Fundy. It's yeah. Well, in trying to remember where I went skiing, and there was so much snow on the roofs that people were on top of the roofs shoveling snow, which I can't imagine is all that safe, but they had to get the snow off the roof or else the roofs would have collapsed from the snow. I don't know if this was wet or dry, but Bucky, 7 feet, whether it's dry or wet, is a hell of a lot of snow. You've been working hard? I have been gone for a good long time. Seems like when one fire gets put out, then another cigarette gets thrown out and starts another forest fire someplace else. Um, you can't take the snow, cringy. I like it until like the third or fourth snowfall, and then I'm kind of like, oh, I'm over this now. When it gets all dirty and slushy, that I don't like. I like it when it's fresh and white and powdery. The basilica where? Where? Yeah, summer and all the pool days, they're over. That killed me. I was just holding out for summer, but I guess Bucky, you can't take the snow. Uh, living where you live, it's a pretty regular occurrence. So I wrote a couple things down because last time I think I was still on the swallowtail butterfly larva. Well, hey Stat, I know it seems like it was just summer, right? Burn the place in the comments. You got all upset about the Christmas lights. I remember when I was a kid. Now they're much easier, but hey Nick, my parents would take the lights down from the attic and my father would plug them in the kitchen, and I just remember standing there every year while he went through every single light on the strand. And I think that's the only time I ever heard my father swear, was when he was doing those Christmas lights. And I just thought, uh, well, what he, throwing bulbs around. And that's the only time I heard my father swear, was then. Now it's, if one light goes out, the rest stay lit. So I'll tell you, I love her. I'm not going to say her name because she'll backtalk me. But the lady that starts with an A, I have her set up here, like turn the light on, turn the light off. And I even have it connected to the garage door opener. So I just have to say, open the garage, and you say what your code is, and it opens the garage. Now that's like the epitome of laziness, is hooking your garage door open to oh, I didn't say it. Alexa. Good. Oh, Buffalo. shuffle off to Buffalo. You don't put up Christmas till the week of Christmas. There are some people that are very firm believers in that. What I don't like is seeing Christmas stuff before the kids go back to school. And it used to be, I used to hate it before Halloween, but now by Halloween, everything is already out. And now people are decorating a lot earlier, like in November, even before Thanksgiving. I think maybe because we put up more decorations now than we used to. I don't know. I know, just because she'll start talking to you funny. She'll be asking all kinds of questions and, "Oh, thanks. I got these, Old Navy had a sale a couple months ago, or maybe last month, a few weeks ago anyway, and the flannel pajama sets were $15. So I ordered 4, and this was one of them." Oh, thanks, Lucille. Buckwheat, I can guarantee that this year I'm going to be even more simple than you, because I may not even put anything up. For the first year, I think in my entire life, I didn't do Halloween. I didn't put up any decorations. I didn't give candy out. I just wasn't feeling it, and even with Christmas, I'm trying to feel something, but you can use Ziggy for a wake word. Yeah, if I put anything up, it will be obviously after Thanksgiving. I don't know how to say that, but can I call you Sip? Sipaziza? Sip. I have plenty of decorations. You don't have to load up decorations. It's just I have other things that are taking up time. I mean, I still have stuff from the garden that I never took out, and it's just I've never been like this before. I've always had time to do everything, and I just don't. You're skipping Christmas? Stat, Halloween was the I love Halloween. Remember the when I did the live with Halloween? I love Halloween. I just can't muster up the spirit. I'm trying. But it's just there's something, a lot of you probably already know, but the facility that my mother is in, they're closing it down. So this was a bomb that was dropped on the residents there and the family. And there actually aren't that many long-term residents there. And they're not closing it. The skilled nursing facility is part of the hospital, and other long-term care facilities usually are kind of independent. And when they shut down for good, because financially they're getting killed. However, the facility that mom is in that's attached to the hospital, they're fine. They are closing it down to expand the emergency room, which, number one, is so short-staffed as it is. I don't even know how they can think that they're going to expand it, because they don't have staff to take care of the patients they already have. So because they are going to close it to repurpose it for people that are more profitable, and younger with better insurance or whatever, it's age discrimination because you can't throw a dozen people out because they're not making you any money, or you can't do that. If the whole place was going to shut down and the space wasn't going to be used, different story. So I have taken it upon myself to be a one-woman crusader to keep this thing open. On election day, I stood out by one of the polling centers, and I have a petition on change.org, and I got a lot of signatures there. And then afterward, I also got signatures. I was going to go door to door this weekend, but it's too cold. 4 red Solo cups, 3 French hens. So yeah, I submitted a FOIA request to get the closure plan documents that they submitted to the Department of Health. Bucky, I'm trying. I need to get those documents to find out. See, my issue with them is they accepted my mother in April as a long-term patient. They knew that they were going to be closing. So if you knew you were going to be closing, why did you accept her in the first place? Why didn't you just say, we can't take her, whatever, because it was such a big deal back in April too. So they knew in April that they were going to be closing this down by the end of the year. So they accepted her knowing that they couldn't provide the services that they had to provide to her. So that's kind of like fraudulent. Bucky, I'll tell you something. It scares me. Hi, Faux de Ben. Yeah, it is gross behavior, and it scares me for my generation. Hi, Janice. I have a feeling we'll still be on. Eat quick. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the facility to either stay open or for them to find, there's like a dozen people. This is a huge hospital network. It's Northwell Health. They own so much property, so many buildings. They can't find a place to put these dozen or 15. I don't even think it's 15. I think it's around a dozen people. And they want to send them to another nursing home that my mother was in 2 years ago. That was a nightmare. None of the residents want to go there. So I have to find out in the Department of Health what they put in the papers to get the Department of Health to approve this. And I think one of the things that they hung their hat on is that this other facility said that it would take the residents, but none of them want to go there. So, well, Victoria, they're essentially, yes, it's up to us to find a new place. I mean, they're kind of like telling us about the places. And see, the place that she's in is a 5-star facility. There are no 5-star facilities closer than about 45 minutes away. And the one that's 45 minutes away, it is it's actually an old convent, and there are still a lot of nuns there, which my mother would probably like. But there's no other 5-star facility closer than that. So, and this is a problem that all of the residents are having, is that they want to take them from a 5-star facility and put them in a 1-star facility. And that's not how it goes. No, not in Center Reach. The the one that I'm talking about, Stat, it's actually in Brentwood, but it's Maria Regina. It's an old converted convent. It's actually really beautiful. The building itself is really beautiful. I'm not exactly sure where in Brentwood it is, if it's on the wrong side of the I mean, not that it matters because nobody's going to get in there, but this is what I mean. It's just like one thing after another. I don't know the last time I spoke to you guys. Did my mother did she fall and break her hip yet at that point? Because I think that happened in July. Um, Fun day. I'll tell you something. It's like one thing after another. Oh, you want a wrench? I don't even know how the hell to do that. You change your name so much that I don't know. And so mom fell. She busted her hip. She had surgery to fix her hip. I thought she was going to die. She didn't die. She's actually walking much better now than she did before she broke her hip. But she ended up getting COVID. She got a urinary tract infection. And then she got C. diff from the antibiotics. And then she had a few weeks of good time where she was calling me like between 20 and 30 times a day. I am not even kidding you. And now she has pneumonia. And she called me before and said, I'm so weak. I'm so weak. So they were giving her IV antibiotics. She's on oxygen. Stat, C. diff, but she also had shingles. So in less than 12 months, she's gone through like every single thing you can possibly get and come out the CDC needs to study my mother because she turned 94 on October 28th. And she comes out of this stuff like it's really incredible. She must have such a strong body. It's she got pneumonia. I didn't tell you that. Yeah, she has pneumonia. She was having like pleuritic chest pain on her right side. So and their oxygen they were low. I know, feline she is. Honest to God, go down the list. COVID, UTI, C. diff, shingle. Like, what else could she possibly get? How long has she had the pneumonia? Less than a week. I was there on Monday because I had to go to the care plan meeting with her, and then they told me that she was having pain in her side, and they did an x-ray and they saw that she had an infiltrate and they were treating it. I knew she didn't feel good when I saw her. She wasn't her normal, like, take me home. I'm going home with you. Take me home. Well, hello. And, a lot of times when I say, like, God, where the hell are you? Like, what's happening? If you step back, you can look and see that somebody must be running this ship because, and I love Holly, love Zoya. They're wonderful. I think what's kept my mind functioning normally is this puppy Piper. She's so bad, but she's so good. She's a thief. She steals everything that's not nailed down. No lie. But now she's bigger, so she can reach things that she couldn't reach before. I'll get her up here. She finished her peanut butter Kong. She's looking at the other two like, who can she steal from? I have pants on. I'm not classy. I'm not classy. Who's a human butt plug? What's going on in the chat? Oh my God. Didn't take long for the chat to fall apart. Yeah. She's 94. Any one of those things would have unalived another 94. Not her. She comes and it's so funny because, you know, she was calling me like endless times a day. So a few weeks ago, I went there, and the nurses were kind of hanging out, and the nurses' aides, and they were telling me everything. Hi, Gemini. Everything that my mother likes, right? She likes to call people on the telephone. So I can't remember if I think they called me and said, you know, we had to unplug your mother's phone. I'm like, what? And they said, because she was calling everybody in the hospital. Now, it wouldn't be, I guess, that bad, but when the person picks up on the other end of the phone, the first thing she says is, who's this? So can you imagine being a patient in the hospital, answering the phone, who's this? They don't know, who it is. So she would call the operator. And if the operator wasn't busy, the operator would have a conversation, or the operator would transfer her to the director of nursing's phone. I was just like, what? Yeah, she's been calling everywhere. We had to unplug her phone. Ugh. Yeah. Yep. So she always liked to talk on the phone at home, but she knew who she was calling. Not now. She just calls, and if somebody answers, great. But mom is prank calling. Well, the funny thing is, she thinks somebody stole her car. So when she's calling these people, she tells them somebody stole her car. Apparently, they don't know what to do when they hear like somebody stole my car. Oh gosh. So my swallowtail butterfly larvae were great until they weren't. I saw a big black wasp hanging around, and there were less and less and less. So I think that a wasp got in and took them. But then I had a second batch, and guess who got into those? Piper. And it was all over the deck. And I tried. There were two left. One was fatally injured, and the other I managed to scoop up and get back onto the You Can Relate Flower Power. And I went it was really, really windy one day, and I went out there because I had the netting around it. The netting was wide open. So actually what I got, I think I got it from Amazon. I saw these things that they're like kind of like just mesh bags. So next year when I do the same thing, I'm going to put the mesh bags over it so the wasps can't get to it. And so dopey over here, can't get to it. But I brought the parsley in the house when it got cold. It's growing like crazy on the kitchen table. It's really, I just have it in a couple, one is in a pail and the other's in a pot, and it's growing like crazy. Oh God, Beth, are you taking your pants off? Oh, Bucky, she doesn't like tear things apart unless it's cardboard or like tissues or something, but she steals everything. And she just gets into stuff because she's curious. And that honker that she's got, the breeder said it looks like a banana. She said, oh, she'll grow into her nose and her ears. Not yet. She got spayed 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And it's like nothing. And she had a little umbilical hernia that they fixed too. But it was like nothing ever happened. You don't think Beth wears granny panties? I'm going to probably agree with you. Oh, she's ridiculous, Linda. She really, really is ridiculous. See, when I got Holly and Zoya, they were older. Holly was 1.5 years, so she was already out of that. And Holly's just a different dog. Holly was very inquisitive, but she had much more control over her snoot. Piper's just all like, she's like a bull in a china shop. And she's taller than both Holly and Zoya. So she's 10 months now, or 11, January 23rd. So she'll be a year old January 23rd. And she's kind of like still figuring things out, because that nose, she can slip into little spots and like grab things because of that big honker. It's a honker. Oh, she steals from the trash too. And I have a trash in the kitchen, the trash can with the top. She just lifts the top up. And I'm addicted to Marino's Italian ices. And they come in, those plastic cups. So when I'm done, I'll leave it on the table and she takes the cup and she'll lick out, the little bit that's left in there. And then she throws the cup around, and it's funny to watch the 3 dogs fighting over a piece of garbage. Truly, it's a piece of garbage that they're fighting over. It's so funny. Oh, Jesus, Beth. Sip. It's a male. Male dogs have a much higher testicular cancer rate. I guess, of course, if they're neutered, they have no testicular cancer, but there's a very high testicular cancer rate in male dogs if they're not neutered. So that's some food for thought. Beth's swinging around in her. Yeah, she is the silliest puppy. You see all the pictures. He tries to make babies with the cat. Oh, dear Lord. Well, Holly, I think Piper thinks that she's the new, like, Queen Elizabeth passed and Camilla is now. That's what I think Piper thinks, that she's the alpha. Well, Holly is not having any of it, but Holly tries to hump her, but she's doing it on the wrong end, and she's trying to hump her head. And Holly is not fast at anything. She she's a slow eater, she's a slow runner, and she's a slow humper. It's like watching a dog hump in slow motion. It's really hysterical because she doesn't know what she's doing, and she's like humping her head. Oh, yep. And she has to, she everything, everything. She gets into everything, and she'll whatever is soft. Like when I was getting ready before, I had a the sponges, and she stole it because she could get to it. So no way, flower power, really? Wow. Well, mom just thinks that somebody stole her, I know. No. The nose is big. My mother just thinks somebody stole the car because she wants to get out of there. 'Cause she keeps saying, I wanna go outside. I wanna drive to she thought she was driving to, um, a doctor's appointment, I think, and she needed the car and bring the car back, and yeah. Alice is pretty. I don't know why she was so afraid to show herself. I mean, she went to a little event last week, and she took a selfie, and she looked great. So, I don't know what all the she looked great. Alice, you looked great. Caliente. Well, funny, my mother with the clothes, she thinks the clothes that she has there are for the poor. Every time I go there, she's like, "Oh, take them and give them to the poor." No, 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 I'll do it next time. Oh my gosh. A slow humper. That's right. She's a she's the romantic type, Bucky. Oh, to find my mouse. Well, I didn't know it was a thing either, Victoria, until I saw Holly humping her head, it like in slow motion. Yeah, head fuck. Or it's a fundy, it's a mind fuck, isn't it? Mind fuck. You're welcome, Alice. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh, hear it? Holly's mad. Here they go. Here we go. We have some sound effects tonight. Sunday slop. What are you making? So I have a couple other things written down here. One thing that I just saw before that I wrote down is Tom Brady. What a tool to go back to playing football and throw his family away. Now that that's just Holly. She sounds like Chewbacca, but she wouldn't hurt anything. Um, Tom Brady married to a supermodel with kids, and he decided to go back to playing football, even though he knew that Giselle was going to divorce him if he did. Well, see, Tom Brady was never my favorite after that whole deflate football thing. when he said, "Oh, I didn't know." Bullshit. You've handled millions of footballs and you didn't know that the football didn't have enough air in it? Come on. Come on. The chat is frozen. What happened? Sounds like a cow. She sounds like Chewbacca. Do you want to come up here? You want to come up and say hi? You want to come up? Come on. I have this thing. She can't really get up to it. I have this thing in front of the chair. Oh, she was just trying to take this. She's a panic. Anything she can reach, she just grabs. And another thing she does is, have you ever heard of cobbing? It's when they take their front teeth and they go. It's not biting, but they go. It's like when they go to bite an itch. So that's what she does to me, and she'll do it like to my clothes, and it's funny when she does it. Oh boy. Who's Patrick McCombs? Stat, that's great. However, Tom Brady has been playing football for 25 years. How many Super Bowl rings does he have? Like, when is enough enough? He can't live without the adoration of the football fans? Okay. No, you know what it is? She doesn't think I'm itchy. Oh, the quarterback for the Chiefs? Okay. Oh. I looked it up because I was like, what is this? This nibble. And they call it cobbing because that's how you eat a piece of corn on the cob. And they say that dogs usually do it as an expression of affection or when they want to play with you. But when we go to bed, she'll still do it because she wants me to put my arm around her and touch her. And so it's really kind of funny. Patrick is the new Tom Brady. She thinks I'm corn on the cob. It's that, and they do it so fast with their front teeth. But she doesn't get my skin. It's just like she does it to my clothes, or she'll do it to the covers in bed, and it's a hey, pay attention to me. I'm here. I didn't follow Tom Brady, but he just, I don't know, just rubbed me the wrong way. Well, he used to play for the Patriots, and now he plays for, oh, hi, Kevin. Thank you. Tampa Bay. Does he play for Tampa Bay now? So, I mean, it's pretty weak that you have to go back to football and just being with your family is not enough. So, Kevin, is it windy there? It's not as windy now, but it was windy all day today and cold. And then everybody's favorite topic, the trial of Darrell Brooks. Now that was something to see. that whole trial, the judge had the patience of a saint with him, because some of the things that he did, I can't I've been to several trials. Um, I don't know any judge that would tolerate the shit that he did in that trial. But I know after I started watching some legal analysts and stuff, I know, Victoria, I was too. It's Darrell Brooks, the one that drove the car through the parade. Was it last year? In Washington, right? Oh, I know, hiding behind the boxes, feeling you don't know. He's not a football player. He's just a murderer. Yeah, the defendant. Oh, I know. And he went like, what? She raised her voice when she said defendant. Well, that's what you are. And Wisconsin, that's right. Right, yes. Waukesha, Wisconsin. But because you can watch not the whole trial, so you can watch snippets of what happened. And he was either trying to be declared, hi Moonchild, incompetent, or he was trying to set himself up for a mistrial. And apparently the judge knew that, which is why she let him get away with so much. But I can't imagine the family members and the community people sitting in the gallery listening to this clown. I don't know how anybody didn't crawl over the rows and, like tear his eyeballs out, because she was not letting him have a mistrial, Victoria. You're right. He didn't want to be called by his name, right? I do not consent to being, but he would make remarks like there was a, before the sentencing, and this was actually very, very clever. The DA was saying something, and then the judge, somebody said that he had 77 charges against him. And he said, no, I only have 76 charges. And it was actually a ploy for him to finally acknowledge, because he kept saying, I don't understand the charges. I don't understand this. Well, you know what? It's not the judge's job to explain things to you that you don't understand, because you should have gotten an attorney. You should have had an attorney. If you don't understand it, tough shit. So, I know he thought he had that thing around his ankle. He thought it were shock devices. Oh, Lord. I know he is. Well, what's the saying? There's nothing quite as scary as somebody who's stupid. What's the saying? Somebody who's stupid thinks they're brilliant or something. Because that's what he thought. He was brilliant, but he sounded like just a horse's ass the whole time. He sounded stupid. And the DAs didn't have to do anything, because he kind of just prosecuted himself. Right. He had a crappy attorney. Hiding behind his boxes. And then last night, sometimes I wonder why I do the things I do. Has anybody ever seen on TikTok? It's in China, and they do like these scoops in a like a bin. You pay one price. It's for makeup. What else? And so you pay one price and they guarantee so many pieces that you're going to get, and they scoop it all up. Well, I did that last night because I was bored. So they do it live and they announce your number, and you can see what they scoop out and what they put in there. Yeah, so I'll let you know when I get this stuff, if it's crap or if it's halfway decent or whatever it is. I just hope the colors aren't gnarly. So oh my God. Shock colors. And that's really who's growling. Zoya, don't be growling at Holly. So what else is happening? I don't have anything else on my list. That's all I had on my list. No, it's not a claw machine, Lucille. They do it with like a box, and they're standing in front of a like a bin, I guess, with all this stuff in it, and they just take the box and they take a scoop, and then it's called Xanadu Makeup Global. And all this stuff can be total crap for all I don't know. Timothy, no, I haven't spoken to Laura. It was $40 for a scoop. So they showed everything, and it's like a lipstick, and but they didn't show the colors or anything. So I'll let you know if it's total crap or if it was halfway decent. I mean, I don't expect much, but you never know, because she swatched a lot of stuff and it looked okay. But I don't know. I was bored and I figured I'll try it. And it's like it's almost like a metal wire, not a wire, but like a metal basket. And it's in this, I guess it's like a table, and there's all kinds of stuff in there, eyeshadows, lipsticks, all kinds of stuff. And they just scoop it up with the metal basket, and that's what you get. And a lot of times they just grab extra stuff and they put it in there. And Laura and I had some great conversations, and when I visited her in Houston last year, we had a great time. So when I get it, I'll let you know. And Lucille, she took me by surprise with the package that I got. I wanted to thank you for that, Lucille. It was totally unexpected. So Lucille sent me some chocolates for the holidays, and when Mom feels better, I'll bring them into her and we'll share them. Oh, Lucille, thank you. I'm okay. It's just that I couldn't, it's just hard to, it just takes an emotional toll. I never expected to be just mentally fried at the end of a day, trying to figure all this stuff out, and then having to fight the closure, and then the closure they want, well, when there was a meeting at the place and the CEO was there, and they gave less than 24 hours notice to the families that this meeting was going to happen. So it was just me and another family member that was there. But I kind of went up one side and down the other of the CEO, and I had my phone out because I was going to record it. And so she said, you can't record. I said, why not? Oh, because of HIPAA. I said, I won't show anybody's face. And then she said, well, it's hospital policy. I said, this isn't the hospital. She said, well, it's a policy of Northwell. And I said, show me the policy. I mean, I wasn't letting her get over on me. So she called somebody, and a few minutes later, they printed out the policy and brought it over. And so she brought it. She said, well, here's the policy. And she flipped to a page in the policy. And I said, no, go back. Because she didn't want me to see the page she flipped. And on the page she flipped, it didn't say that you can't film. It says you need permission to film. So she was standing right by me, and I said, well, it says I need permission to film. Are you telling me that you're not giving me permission to film? And she wouldn't answer me. She kept saying, well, hospital policy. I said, yeah, but the hospital policy says I just need permission. So you're the CEO. Either you're going to give me permission or you're not. And she just walked away from me. So I recorded the whole meeting, and then I called the local news, and they wrote an article. So, oh, Timothy, I'm under fire everywhere. So bushel baskets of chocolates. Bushel baskets of chocolates. I don't, Victoria. Sat's going to swing her wrench around and wow, stealth. Wow, what? It's just, it's sad how the elderly are treated in this country. It's really sad. I have learned in the past 3 years, the things that I have learned about elder care and financial things, and it's not a very great outlook. And it really makes me scared for my generation's future. It really, really does, because places are closing. They're closing down beds. Like, where are we going to go? I don't know. Yeah, Linda, it is, because it seems like every time I think things are finally settling down, it's like I turn around and I get slapped with something else. So, well, Janice, I hope I can do something. I just hope I can do something. And the one thing that I can do is be the voice for these people that don't have a voice. They really don't. So hopefully I'll be able to do something about that. Yep, you're right, Stat. It is all about the money and these big hospital systems. The thing that pisses me off the most is that, Northwell is a huge hospital system. You can't find a place for a dozen people to go. I mean, they're long-term care patients. Most of them are, well, not most of them, but some of them are memory care. And I saw them all in the room that day, and they're beautiful people. You're going to just throw these people out?
This is a reminder. Give Piper Bonnie.
Oh.
This is a reminder. Give Piper
I have
Bonnie.
to.
Give Piper Bonnie.
Actually, no, I don't have to. Piper gets really car sick. So the breeder told me.
This is a reminder. Give Piper Bonnie.
That I can give her Bonnie the night before and the morning of a car ride. The first time I took it, the first ride, I took her to Southampton. Oh my God. She puked twice all over the car. It was terrible. And I felt so bad for her because she was foaming at the mouth and you could tell she just didn't feel good. I felt so bad for her. But when I brought her to the vet to be spayed, well, I had to bring her for her initial visit, the pre-op visit, and then bring her in for the spay. And she actually did okay with the Bonnie. But it was so funny in the vet's office. She's very, very, one thing Piper is, she's very, very friendly. And, you know, I've trained her. She knows how to sit and give paw. She went up to every single person in the waiting room, sat down in front of them, gave the paw, and then she went to the next person. And there were a lot of people in the waiting room, and they just thought it was the greatest thing ever that she went up to every single person, sat down, like, hey, look how cute I am. And I'm smart too. Here's my paw. She really is funny. Faux de ben, you know what? I think that pretty much forgiveness is something you do for yourself. And, you know, there was a lot of shit that was done on both sides that was not cool. So, we're good. We're good. We are good. On both sides, a lot of mean shit was said. A lot of things were done. You know what? You can't live in the past. A friend of mine told me a phrase that is really, really good that I won't forget. There's a reason why the windshield is so much bigger than the rearview mirror. So get out of the past. I've seen people like there was many years ago. It was probably 15 years ago. A woman was driving on a highway, and these young kids tossed out a frozen turkey in a car ahead of her, and it went through her windshield, hit her in the face. It broke every bone in her face. And I was working the night she was brought in. Nobody expected her to live. Her face was just crushed. And when it came time to they were teenagers. They were found guilty of whatever it was, and she was there to make a statement at the sentencing. Begging the judge to be lenient on them. I mean, this woman, she had several reconstructive surgeries. I mean, her face was just a mess. And if somebody like that can beg for mercy and for leniency for, you know, two kids essentially that were just being stupid, then, you know, forgiveness is very freeing. So, you know, I apologize for bad shit that I said, and there's a lot of healing, a lot of good that can come from that. So, yeah, that's right, Margot. We can only try to be better for the future. It is an awesome saying, Alice. And I think it makes you a more understanding, accepting, and tolerant person. So You do remember that incident, Alice? The frozen turkey? That was horrific. Mm-hmm. Zoya's licking the remainder of the peanut butter out of one of the Kongs. I stuck out like a sore thumb. Well, I hope I can do more fun things to try to get in the spirit. It's just every time I feel like I'm in a decent place, something else gets, oh, your mother fell, she broke her hip. You're okay. What's next? I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So sat by the man that killed her husband and held his hand. Yeah. Yeah. Victoria, I thought they threw it off an overpass too. And I looked it up. I remember looking it up, and I think for some reason I remember that on an overpass too. So it was so long ago that either way, off an overpass or out a car window. I mean, it went right through her windshield and hit her right in the head. Whew. Flower Parrot, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. We have cured the world's problems. Oh, what about what's this whole thing with Twitter and Elon Musk? They all resigned or something. Elon Musk took over and everybody left. And the engineers put something like on the side of the building that he's an asshole or something. Can you imagine? Elon Musk, good Lord. Oh, you just adopted 2 dogs? Oh, I bet. Zoya has the whole ball in her mouth. The needy homesteader. Yeah. I'm so glad. I know she missed that. No pants live streams are okay. If they're granny panties, well, I thought the granny panties started with Beth. Beth is gone. She must be washing her granny panties, hand washing them. Oh no. Well, at least they're both female. I was able to catch Piper before she had her first heat. So I think she was getting ready because her behavior got a little like, whoa. She was acting really weird and really not aggressive, but much more assertive and like annoying. She was constantly at Holly and Zoya, play with me, play. And they were like, get away. Now, Janice. The guy is brilliant. But some of the things that I've heard about him kind of make me wonder. Like he sent an email, I guess, to whoever was going to stay. Trump and Elon. He sent an email to, I guess, whoever was staying, and they had to decide by 5 p.m. that day whether they were committing to like working all these hours. And who would do that? Who would sign something like that? Oh yeah, we're going to work long hours and weekends and holidays, and nah. Oh, Crackles is here. Were you changing your granny panties? You know, Fundy, people are really creative. I'm not, but I see some of these memes and some of the things, and it's like, where did they come up with that? That was really brilliant. Where did they come up with it? Because I just, Piper, really? You're going to start getting into trouble now? That's what she does when she wants attention. She starts going after things she's not supposed to. He was confused. I bet he was. I bet he was. So what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Are you cooking? Are you going someplace else? Are you not doing anything? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm creative like that, but I mean, as far as, well, number one, I can't draw. So maybe if I could draw, I could do more creative, original things, but I can't draw. So I have to watch Piper because she'll start grabbing things and yanking them all over the floor. I'm sure he's got Asperger's. In fact, I think that is pretty common knowledge that he's got Asperger's. And I always thought he was, I guess, cool, but apparently not. Oh, Alice, that'll be nice. That'll be really nice. You're going out to dinner? Cool. I'm creative in different ways than usual. Like with knitting, I can be creative. And probably like production, I could be creative if I didn't have 43 other things that I was thinking about. What's up with the football? What do you mean, what is up with the football? Like, why did you make it? Or your sister's having dinner at her house? Yeah, Elon is a geek or rich geek. Well, he apparently is quite a Casanova. Yes? Where is Zeus? I haven't watched his videos in a long time, but apparently Zeus has not come to visit her like she said he was going to. Goofy Alabamian. Yeah, he is a Casanova. I think he has some kids with a couple different women, doesn't he? Have fun. Zeus went under his rock. He only has one rock? And I mean, Elon Musk, his mother was a supermodel. Did you know that? She's beautiful now, but she was like a big supermodel. Well, that's true. Don't watch Glenn. Yeah, me either. I'm really out of the loop. Well, you know what? If you have billions of dollars, you could be a complete gross pig and still get the ladies. Truth. Feline, he is weird looking. I'm glad you said that. He does have a strange look about him. And I can't put my finger on it, but it's weird. It's a strain. But I can't tell you what's weird about it. Maybe because he's so pale. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I don't know. Victoria, is that really? Huh. Aw. Oh, that's so sad. Well, I'm glad we rate stat. May Musk. She is beautiful. And and she's nice. I saw an interview with her a few months ago but I can't remember where it was, but she's a very classy, beautiful woman. And him, I don't know. Bye, Linda. Thank you for being here. Oh, I know. Well, first of all, I thought that I was going to win that Powerball. I really did. I won $8, and I think the second or third drawing that before the winner. So I felt really good about it. I felt really good going in. Nope. Again, I cannot figure it out. But it ended up going over $2 billion. Sheesh. Mm-mm-mm. If I had that I wouldn't be messing around with Twitter. I would check out. Like, I'm out of here. Go to Tahiti and be done with everything. Oh, he looks like his father? Well, he doesn't look like her. That I know. Because she's beautiful and he's kind of like, I don't even know how I would describe it. Not homely. It's like maybe he's trying to do the best he can with what he has. Because, nice Piper. Well, that's why there are millions of channels for you to watch. One channel that I would highly recommend. What is the name? I know the name of it's a black lab named Clarence. And they make TikToks all about Clarence's antics. And it's a couple, they have a baby and they have Clarence, and Clarence is always in trouble. He's either eating meatballs or it's funny. And the father, I think he writes the script, and it's just really funny. But it's not, the channel isn't named Clarence. Alice, what's the channel name? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lucille, me too. Alice knows. I'm like, I might be up. I probably won't. But Alice, well, first of all, she's an hour behind me or 2 hours behind me. And then when she does the lives, I'm in bed and I'm like, oh, I gotta make it. I gotta stay up until she starts. And then she'll start and I'll be like, okay, I'm done. But Alice likes the nights. You want $8 too? What's the matter? Oh, there's no peanut butter left. Linda's leaving for dinner, and Bucky was going to dinner, and somebody else, I think, was having dinner. What did Beth say? What the heck are you talking about? With bots and I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you're right, Stat. It's a strange look that you can't really put your finger on, but it's weird. I'm like, he does have a little bit of that kind of look, that fetal alcohol syndrome look. Oh Lord. Jeez. It's like when he talks, his mouth is weird. Do you think so, or just I think that? He has a weird mouth when he talks? Well, if I were that wealthy, I would definitely not be weird. It would not be my goal to own Twitter. But I love Clarence too. He's awesome. Jimmy and Clarence, yep. But I think the channel's Jimmy's something. It's not Jimmy and Clarence. It's See, Beth, I can't do naps. I feel worse if I take a nap than if I just go without. Naps, or I just can't. I don't feel like myself when I wake up for a nap. I just don't feel like myself. I know you do. I know you like the nights. I've been watching Janice sing. I requested Christmas songs. Dinner at 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd rather go to bed early than nap, because I just can't, I can't get ahead of myself if I nap. Can you please explain what these bots are? I don't know what you're talking about. Buckwheat was cooking slop. I know, she told me that, Lucille. I know. And feline, it's like you can't put your finger on exactly, but when he speaks, it's kind of like this weird, it's almost like he's got a speech impediment, but not. He does have a weird mouth, doesn't he? Yeah, me too, Alice. But weird is good, because if everybody was normal, then it would be really boring, right? Weird is good. It's good when you get to the age when you can embrace your weirdness, like embrace all the weird whatever. Uh-oh. See, Piper's bothering Holly to play, and now it's going to turn into a free-for-all because Piper's ready to play so that she thinks that everybody should play. Who? Musk? Elon Musk sleeps in a pod? Oh, he wanted to back out of the Twitter deal? Oh, I vaguely remember seeing something about that. Twitter was going to sue him if he didn't go through with it, or somebody was going to sue him. Me too. Me too, Fundy. I'm not the greatest sleeper as it is, and I try to catch it before it gets to be in the middle of the night. I'm looking at the clock like at 11 o'clock. If I'm not feeling tired, I'll take something to get me through the night, or else I won't sleep. And if I wake up, Piper, see, she wants attention. Yep. Yeah, I want Janet to sing Christmas songs too, with a Santa hat on. Oh, you do, Alice? I know I've gotten some text messages and things from Beth at middle of the night times. And then if I'm up in the middle of the night and she sees that I'm wherever I am, she'll seek me out. Beth must I call it crackles. She must sleep in like 15-minute intervals because she's always up. She's always up. In the morning when I say good morning, she's up. In the middle of the night, she's up. Yeah, well, if you get up early, it kind of, I've been getting up much earlier than I used to. Bye, Sip. It was nice to have you here. Keep Austin weird. I do want to visit Austin. I've heard it's a very cool place to visit. Oh no, Stats banging on a tambourine. I was going to say trampoline. Right? That's what I think too, like the pod that you close and you just kind of sleep like this. Oh, me too. I like weird people. I have to look that up now. Elon travels with a pod, a bed and a table. So I have to look that up, Cracks, because Stat. Well, I definitely have seasonal affective disorder, and it usually starts like in the middle of December, but the holidays I can kind of delay a little bit, but when January comes, it's over. Visualize him sleeping in I can too, Janice. But how does he make all those babies in a pod? Is it a pod built for two or a pod built for one? Rich van lifer. Oh, I know, Crackles. You have wicked insomnia. I know, flower power. Well, that's kind of like what's. I had a tissue here. My nose is running. It's happening here, and it's happening across the country. I'm kind of involved in like nursing issues, and there's a lot of stuff going on across the country that the general public doesn't know about, and healthcare is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. It's collapsing now. So, oh, you have reindeer ears. You definitely have to wear those when you sing Christmas carols. What are you doing? What are you doing, Piper? She's trying to chew on the table. What are you doing? See if she wants to play. You gonna come up here and say hello? You can come up here and say hello. You can't steal everything. Do you want to come up here and say hi? Come on up. You could come. She doesn't usually come on that side of the chair. Sleep studies where you have to actually go somewhere to sleep is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. You can have a sleep study where they hook you all up and you come home and you sleep in your own bed. Because people that have difficulty sleeping, if they go into like this clinical sterile type of environment, they can't sleep. Stat, please explain what this is. I'm very curious now. Beth is very kind and lots of fun. And Alice is too. This is true. And all you have to do with Alice is mention a true crime, anything, and she knows about it. She loves that true crime stuff. A coffee pod. I have coffee pods. Tide Pod. He just sleeps in it. Yeah. You know what? Does that light really help you, Janice? Because a couple of years ago, maybe even longer than that, I told my shrink about the seasonal affective disorder, and he recommended I buy a light. I did. I never took it out of the box. I still have it, and I need to find out from you, Janice, how you use it, how long you use it for, to try to. I was looking into it, and it is because it gets dark so early, and it screws with your circadian rhythms. They're cutting up, Crackles. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep at a sleep study either, Feline. No way. Oh, you can do it at home. That's the best. It's a teardrop trailer. Huh. Ugh. It's really, things are not good. They're not good across the country. And was it in Minnesota? Nurses went on a one-day strike, and then the hospital executive said that they were going to come in good faith to the bargaining table. They didn't. So they're having a strike vote on November 30th, and they just might be on strike over the holidays. They said they did not come back to the tables in good faith. And and the thing is, with healthcare now, the people that are making the money are administration and the executives. The CEO, where my mother is, this is a great thing. Not a great thing, but like great. She started working for the hospital system or for this hospital in 2016. She was the chief nursing officer, who was, used to be called director of nursing or whatever. Now, she kind of rose up in the Northwell system, but she never, from what I can see, she never worked in a hospital. So how do you get a job as a nurse manager without any hospital experience? She had 2 years of outpatient infusion experience, no hospital experience. But then she got a position at another hospital in the same hospital system as a nurse manager. Think she knew anybody? So anyway, the first year she was in this hospital, she made $223,000, around there, a little bit more. In 4 years, her salary went up to almost $510,000. That's more than a 100% increase. I didn't hear any nurses or any healthcare staff that had their salaries doubled in 4 years. In 2020, in the middle of COVID, she took $510,000 in salary. So, when people say, I don't know how she sleeps at night, she sleeps just fine. Trust me, she sleeps just fine. She's a greedy, Oh, Beth, you know what? I admit that I have been watching ASMR videos too. At first, I couldn't figure them out because Piper, really? Because I thought that you were supposed to get like this tingly feeling, and I never did, but somehow, oh my God, Piper's all wrapped up in the wires. Piper. And I kind of watched it. It was kind of, I don't get like a tingly feeling, but it's kind of interesting to me. So when I watch, I'll fall asleep watching it, but it is kind of relaxing, all those sounds. See, this is the kind of stuff that's thumbs up. Oh, that's too sad. Lucille, poor thing. What? Come on up here. You can come up here. Come on. Come on, boo-boo. Oh, no. She just wants to play. And Zoya is trying to lick the last bit of peanut butter out of the Kong. Right? Piper, come on. You can come up here. She's doing the cobbing thing with my pants now. She wants attention. That's one thing I can say is I thankfully, I don't snore, but I am a nose breather. And that's why if I get a head cold or a sinus infection, it's so bad. And I get addicted to Afrin because I can't breathe through my mouth at night. I just can't. It gets so dry. I'm a nose breather. 3 minutes. If you use it too much, you can put you in a manic state. Really? Huh. That might not be such a bad thing, though. I could probably get a lot done. You knew you could, so you did. You love ASMR? There are some that are annoying. And then there are others that I actually found a couple of them on TikTok, and they do the TikTok live ASMRs, and those I like. I'm gonna have to try doing the light therapy, Janice, because like in January and February, if I could hibernate like a bear, I would. You're so soft-spoken. You're making ASMRs? Yeah, I don't get tingles. Oh my God. She's going around. She's trying to steal stuff. Yeah, it's just it's relaxing in kind of like an interesting way. So I watch it at night. It's made by Verilux. My doctor told me there's no specific brand. You can buy any brand. So maybe I'll take it out of the box and what are you doing? And actually try it and see if it works. Oh. She's here. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi. Show everybody your big long nose. Show everybody your big long snouter. The banana nose. Banana. Look at this thing. You could put 2 hands around it. She is so sweet though. She's friendly and she cuddles. She loves to cuddle. Right? You like to cuddle? She does at night. She gets all up next to me and hi, Mama Shiraz. Me too. I like kind, drama-free zones too. What? You want to come up here? She's trying to take my mouse. God, what a thief. Oh, funny, right? I know the Kong rubber is indestructible. It's great. What was the deal with garlic knots? I'm not. If she took somebody's garlic knots, or I can understand how a person could steal garlic knots because they're good. Jennifer, that's a good question. I don't know. I can't answer that question. But something to think about. There's not a lot of sun in Pennsylvania? Since when? Did you hear that? I taught Piper how to talk with the buttons, and she's pushing outside. Oh, it was dark before 5 here, Lucille, and I hate it. You know, I wouldn't mind winter if it stayed light until, like in the summertime, if it stayed light until 7 or 8 o'clock, I wouldn't mind it so much. It's this, 5 o'clock, 4:30 darkness that when we changed the clocks, it was like not even 5 o'clock, and it felt like it was 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do for another couple hours? What do I do? You think it works better out of the box? Really? Why would you say that? You have a banana nose? Yeah, hers is it's funny because her breeder said, she goes, "Well, she'll start growing into her nose and her ears." And she said, "I don't know if she's gonna grow into those ears and the nose now." Oh, border collies are awesome. They're so smart. Well, these dogs are really smart too. Ugh, Janice, yeah, I can relate to that. She related to an anteater. She could be. That thing. Yeah, I yeah. Eating garlic nuts. Grandson hollered they were his to leave them alone. She laughed. Oh, she beat him. Like she beat him unconscious. Oh God. We found him. You're gonna have to tell us all about it, Flower Power, because you're the only one that's seen him. Only 59 sunny days in Pittsburgh? Really? No. I like I like it dark to sleep too. In fact, I bought those blackout curtain shade things. I didn't I haven't put them on now. But because in the summertime when the sun rises so early, it gets so light in the bedroom, and they did help. But I'm such a weirdo that now what bothered me was the light around the edges of the windows. So that's what I would focus on instead of the room getting so light. Now there's light all around the edges, and I'm fixated on that. Oh. Mhm. She might have morel mushrooms in her basement. And partly sunny well, partly sunny is better than nothing. Ugh, as much money as I know, as much money as Elon Musk. That's what I said. If I had that much money, I would check out and be like, "See ya." Oh, Janice wants to know if he's good looking, Flower Power. Did you get a good look at him? Wooden blinds. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the winter, like with the like dusky days, and I'm trying to think when it rained a few days ago, and it like the whole day was just gross, and it started getting dark at about 3 o'clock. That I can't stand. It just makes me want to go to bed and watch ASMR. I almost bought a salt lamp, Crackles, but then I didn't. Jack the Ripper, yeah, kind of like that. Has anybody watched is it called Gaslit or Gaslighting or something? I think it's on the Stars Network. Julia Roberts is in it. I didn't know if it was worth it to, because you get 3 months of Stars for I think $5.99 a month, and I didn't know if it was worth it to watch it, but it looks good. It's good, Stat. It is really good. All right, so I guess I'm gonna have to suck it up and pay the $6 a month so I can watch it. I watched The Good Nurse on, I guess it was Netflix. That was pretty good. And then crap, I have to go back and look. I can't even remember. Thanks for being here, Janice. You have a great Thanksgiving too. Enjoy Boston. Boston. Beth, there is one woman that I do watch her Reiki massage. I like her. She just seems like really nice and very engaged and slow, and I like her. So I guess I'm gonna have to watch it. Whenever I see the previews, I'm like, oh, that looks good. But I got rid of Hulu. I kept Netflix. I have Amazon just because I have Amazon Prime. And it's like, how many streaming things do you have to subscribe to? I got rid of cable because it was too expensive, but you can work yourself back up there if you start subscribing to all these streaming channels or whatever. Is it really? Because of the high salt content? Gaslit. It is all right. You got me. I'm gonna have to do it. Like there isn't enough to watch on the other things that I have. I go through it now and I can't figure out what to watch. And then I end up watching nothing because I spent so much time scrolling through to figure out what I want to watch that it's too late and I ended up just going to sleep. Oh, I know. Everything needs a subscription, and just to watch one show, you have to subscribe to the whole thing. And I'm sure that they separate all of the good movies, and each one takes, like, I think is it Hulu that has oh shit, the one with Elizabeth Moss. I can't think of the name of it, but that's on Hulu. Oh my God, Flower. I can't believe you said that, because I've been thinking about it too. Well, your hair in your picture looks long, like really long. Free trials on Prime? Free trials on Prime? Oops. That's what I would probably do, Victoria, is try to watch, just binge watch as much as I could for free, and then move to another thing and watch everything I could watch on there for Handmaid's Tale, right? Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, I don't have a salt lamp. I've looked at them and I'm like, but I do have this cool thing that I got in Lidl. It's kind of dumb, but I like the colors. It's a little ball. And it's got this base, but then the ball lights up. Let me shut that off. It lights up. You can't really see it very well, but it does light up the, and it looks cool in the dark. Yeah, I'm a marketer's wet dream. If you could put a piece of dog shit in a box, but if the box is nice and if it has nice writing on it, and hi Patricia, I'll buy it. Truly, I'm a marketer's wet dream. Put a petrified piece of dog shit in a box and I'll buy it. Make sure the box looks nice though. Yeah. You have a big geode sitting in the base. Cool. It is kind of like a moon ball. It is. When it lights up, it does look like a moon. They give you a week. All right, I'm going to have to do that. Free 6 months for Disney Plus. I'm going to have to see that. It's good to see you too, Patricia. You know, it's interesting that you say that, Flower Power. Kevin, quite some time ago, several months ago, told me that TikTok is causing, I can't remember if he said just people in general or young people to have shorter attention spans, which I found to be pretty interesting because I can see it. I can see how that would happen. Oh, Patricia. They're closing the facility. And so January 6th is the deadline. And yeah, it's like I turn a corner and it's like I get slapped with a wet fish all the time. What do you mean, Stat? It started years ago with Sesame Street. I just remember, Alice, you don't, or maybe, I think Kevin told both of us that TikTok is causing short attention spans. Oh, hey, girl. I have to send her someplace else, but I am also on a crusade to stop the closure of the facility. So I have a petition and I had to FOIA some records from the Department of Health. So hopefully, this week is just going to be Thanksgiving week and I'm going to hang out because nobody's going to do anything. And then next Monday, I've contacted the legislators, local and state. The problem is that, the hospital system, Northwell, is so big and has so much political power. So hopefully I can do something. That's what I would like. I know it is unfair. It's really shitty for these elderly people. Like with my mother with dementia, when they brought her back to the skilled nursing facility from the hospital after she had her hip operated on, she lost her mind because she was on pain medicine. And they brought her from the hospital room and back into her room, and she flipped out. They said she was screaming at everybody. She was hitting them and swinging and kicking because they changed the environment and she didn't know where she was. So that's what I'm hoping to avoid. I'm addicted to TikTok. It's bad. It's bad. Like Clarence is on TikTok. So I heard of Vine. I didn't know it's 5-second videos. How do you even do anything in 5 seconds? That's worth watching. I don't know. A scoop for makeup. Ah. Yeah. Hey, girl, I'm trying. You know, flower power, that's what I always thought too. Like when professional athletes, when they land these exorbitant contracts with exorbitant salaries, they've made it. They're a professional athlete now. And I think that's why a lot of these athletes start dabbling in illegal things like gambling and sex, because they can have whatever they want. So it's not exciting for them anymore because they can have any car they want. They can go anywhere they want. They can have any. So what's the excitement when you can just get whatever you want whenever you want it? Oh, I know. Yeah. It's well, when they told me that she flipped out, I was stunned. But they're also they're so great there. And that's why it's a shame that they're going to close it, because the staff there really love the patients and they have gone above and beyond for my mother. For example, they did x-rays and they did an ultrasound and something else. And the head nurse that's there, she's a sweetheart. And she called and she said, yeah, she came to the door and she was waiting for the bus. My mother, she's always waiting for the bus. And I guess one of the nurse's aides walked her around to look for the bus. I mean, they're so good to her. They're so sweet. And I just know in another place, I know what's out there. I know the staffing. I just, it's terrible. Good night, Crackles. Oh, I know. All of these technology things and like social media, like I heard about Vine, but I didn't really know what it was. Thanks, Fundy. I'll try. I'll try. Nasty lab grown meat. Yeah. Um, if you sat around and thought about how fucked up not just our country, just the whole world is a mess. You talk about depression, it's like you can't even think about it, or else you'd go to bed and stay there for 3 months. Okay, so it's been 2 hours and 5 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, Patricia. That's terrible. A thingamajig. Hooked up to a thingamajig. Chef. Okay. That's easy enough for me to remember. Chef. Lucille, is it because of the short attention span or just because they're they don't want to do anything, because I've heard a lot about that from my friends who hire, and they can't get over that the young, we call them young kids, young people, they are much different than we used to be. Much, much different. Yeah, Flower Power, you have sleep apnea. I try to be there for her as much as I can, and it's a very strange dance, because I kind of have to let her stay there, because they're taking care of her now, and that's where she lives. But at the same time, I have to be involved, so I know what's going on, and I know what they're, with her falling or getting sick or whatever. But as far as, really, I still do her laundry. I go do it every week. But it's hard for me to it's hard for me to see her there. In one visit, I remember just standing there and thinking, like, so this is it, huh? You live your whole life, you work, you have a family, and this is what happens. This is what happens. God knows the government doesn't care. And I just remember standing there like, so this is it. And that really got me. So it's times like that, like I just don't know when it's going to hit. So to be able to like plan a live, I know now that I can't go see her and then do a live, because inevitably after I go see her, I'm in some kind of funk over something. And more often than not. Well, it's funny, because when she calls me, she knows who I am. When I go there, you have to wear a mask. So when I pull the mask down, she knows who I am. They adjusted the Xanax that they were giving it to her. They give her at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. now. So generally, she's good during the day, and more toward bedtime, she gets flaky. But you just never know. I was there, I don't know when it was, last week, and she said, are my mother and father still alive? No. The funny thing is, though, she never asks about my father. And I just find that she'll ask about her mother and father, her brother, and she never asks about my father. But if I ask her, do you remember Harold? Yes. And, well, who is Harold? Oh, who was my husband? But she never says anything about him. It's really unpredictable what she remembers, what she doesn't remember. When I think that her short-term memory is shot, she'll come up, like, I remember when I went in there when Queen Elizabeth died. I walked into the room, the TV was not on. The minute I walked in, she said Queen Elizabeth died. There's no rhyme or reason to what she remembers and what she doesn't. Yeah, the sundowning, she's got pretty bad. But today she called me and she said, oh, I had this machine by the bed, and it's the oxygen thing, the oxygen concentrator. And she said, oh, I feel very weak. Well, yeah, pneumonia, so you will feel weak. But Some days she's much sharper than other days. It's whoever figures out Alzheimer's and dementia. It's so unpredictable. There are some days when she's so sharp, and then there are other days where she doesn't know what the hell's going on. And you don't know until that very moment what she's going to be like, because she can change from phone call to the next phone call 5 minutes later and can be completely different. So, yeah, it's hard. I keep trying to do what I think is right. Because for a while there, it was really hard for me to go see her because she kept saying, "I want to come home with you. I want to come home with you." And a couple of weeks ago, she said, "I want to go where the dogs are." I mean, that just like, and it's stuff like that that just gets me, and it makes it hard. It makes it hard for me to go there, but I know I have to. So it just sucks. Like I said, I stood there and good night, Flower Power. Thanks for being here. And I just thought, like, so this is it. This is what the culmination of your life. It sucks. It sucks. And anyway, on that note, it's 8:12. That's why I wanted to do this a little bit earlier, because I get tired, and I know dinner was kind of an issue, but I'm glad everybody came and hung out tonight. I didn't know if anybody was gonna be here with my late announcement, but you guys make me feel better. It's kind of like I've never met any of you in person, but I still feel like I know you. It's really, and this is what, like, social media, what it's good for. You meet people that normally you wouldn't, from all around the world. So are you. So I guess I'll say goodbye for tonight, and hopefully do this again soon. I'll give you more notice. Moonchild, I miss you too. I want to keep it as a good time. You did meet a few people that you met. I remember years and years ago when America Online had those chat rooms. I actually met several people that used to go in this one chat room. We met in the city, actually, and there were actually like 12 people there. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate it. I will. I'll do it again. I guess Cringy like got a better offer. Really? Ruined a friend's marriage? You're a friend of mine. And I would be afraid to cut that hair because it looks pretty long. But I know how you feel, for sure. You're right, Lucille. All that matters is how you treat others. I don't know. He was here and then he's not. Maybe he went to work out, because I know he works out like 3 times a day or something. That's one thing I noticed, that my hair is not growing as fast as it used to. So like everything is And my whole body's shutting down. I guess stress is real. But thank you for being here, you guys. I enjoyed it. I'll do this more often when I can, now that it gets dark at like 4 o'clock and freezing. Yeah, I guess it is stress. Lucia, I love you guys too very much. Thank you so much. It means more than you know. It really does. So I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we can reconvene. Oh, yeah, maybe you'll find Zeus by then. Well, Flower Power, she said she had him in her basement, so look there first. I think he's gone. I think Z-Man is gone. Happy Thanksgiving. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. He's working on his butt. See you next time, everybody. Have a good night and a good Thanksgiving.